Hi all! This is a personal story, and it's a love story. Now, when Adam and I were first dating, the very first gift he gave me was a very nice coffee pot. Because besides our love for one another, we also shared a love for coffee. Now, this was not just any coffee pot. It was, even with the Kohl's 30% off coupon, almost $30. So it was a really nice coffee pot. It even had the little built-in clock, and it beeped when the coffee was done. So you know it was a winner. Now, flash forward about 2 years, and we were first married, and we just had supper, and I was still proving my domestic literacy and my domestic competence, and so I had made a delicious supper, and I had made a pot of coffee for while we were working after supper, and I was cleaning the kitchen after supper, and I was about to sit down and do my work when Adam announced that he needed brownies to take to a meeting the next day, and that the expectation had been set up that those snacks would be homemade snacks. We were still newly married, so that was an acceptable request. And so I pulled out the butter to soften, because what you know about baking is that if you don't soften the butter first, then once you beat it with the sugar, it gets all clumpy, right? I've done that a million times, so I know you have to let the butter sit. So I had the butter sitting out, and I was making coffee and cleaning up the kitchen. I felt like I was set to go off and work. And then I remembered that it was time to start those brownies and check on the butter. And it was then that I realized that in cleaning up the counters, I had put the butter out of the way and on top of the coffee pot while it was making coffee. And what I discovered in the kitchen was butter everywhere. Butter all down the coffee pot. Butter all over the counter. Butter in the coffee. And I don't know exactly how to demonstrate this vivid image to you, other than the fact that butter and hot liquid don't mix. They just create this clumpy sort of goo inside of a hot coffee pot. And the other memory that I vividly have here is that a coffee pot never recovers from having butter pumped through all of its mechanical systems. You never get the taste of butter or the congealed goop out of the coffee pot. So there were no homemade snacks for that meeting the next day. There was no nice coffee pot to be had in our apartment at the time after that. But this love that we share for one another and the love that we share for coffee persists and grows stronger. Thank you.